Hi there. Welcome back to another episode, another segment, another fun-filled informational video with Ildiko Skur and Nancy Muller on awakening your personal best. I'm
Yeah,
Nancy
hi
Muller.
everybody. And I'm Ildiko Skur from the UK.
Yes. So we have the United States and the UK coming together, bringing you some awesome information, and we hope that you're looking forward to today's message. Today we're going to be talking about self-perception. And as Ildiko and I were talking about how we wanted to share this message with you, we came across some really interesting thought processes. So Ildiko, why don't you open it up?
Okay, so we are talking about self-perception with regards to how you put yourself out there in the world, depending on what you believe about yourself or what you perceive about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So we did have a very interesting conversation, and it centered around blondes, didn't it?
It did, because we talked about, there's a logo, or not a logo, but like this commercial that's out there, blondes have more fun.
That's
So
correct.
if you
Yeah.
don't happen to be blonde,
Blondes.
exactly, see? So does that make you better than
I'm
me,
not
Ildiko?
blonde.
you know and so it's really important when someone is feeling not so good about themselves. In other words, their self-perception is low, and they think, oh, maybe the thing that would make me feel better, be more popular, have more whatever, it would
Yeah.
happen if I go blonde.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, I'll throw this in here. So that's the least harmful aspect, if you like. But I mean, we could take it as far as looking at actual plastic surgery,
Absolutely.
because the reasons for doing that may not be the best reasons, and that's why when you go for plastic surgery, as far as I know, you have to actually have counseling to make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. And I think it's not just plastic surgery, but if we pull it back down the line of extremeness, you can ask the question at any point of time where you make a drastic change in your appearance. Why are you doing it?
Absolutely. Gastric bypass, same thing. You have to go through, I think it's 6 months to a year of counseling and coaching,
Yeah.
and, questions, and making sure that you're ready for this change, this transition that's going to come around in your life. And, why are you doing it? Are you doing it for the right reasons? So this topic that we chose today on self-perception is so important when someone is having a low self-perception of themselves. How do you perceive yourself?
That's correct, exactly. And we were talking about the fact that there are certain fashions and trends that if you do not fit the mold, you can actually end up feeling very lonely and feel that there is something wrong with you. And especially if you're trying to become successful, you might find that you're taking some drastic action in order to achieve the goal that you feel that you want. But in fact, it could be that you could be more successful if you just accept who you are and you go with that, rather than altering yourself, trying to fit yourself into a mold that you don't fit.
Ildiko, that reminds me, Brene Brown talks about one time when she was supposed to give a talk to a corporation, and they told her, okay, if you're going to talk to our corporation, you need to wear a suit and you need to wear high heels and all this. But that's not who she is. That's not how she's comfortable. That's not how she dresses. But she did as they asked in order to get the job. And she was so uncomfortable, and her message was not well received. And she talks about how, everything was just wrong from the start. So she made that choice because they were going to pay her to do it, instead of listening to her higher self saying, but that's not you.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we unpack that, then that's about lack, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I need this, therefore I'm going to compromise my values, myself. So yes, it's really about getting comfortable about who you are.
And
But
understanding the true worth that you have, that you
yeah,
are. Do do you really realize the value of who you are, your true worth? And are you able to be loud and proud about it and shout it out? And when you do, what do you do, and how do you stand in it when someone might not, receive it as it's being given? Because there are people that are able to be loud and proud. I'm one of them, you're one of them, and so when we're off-putting to another person, do we allow that to dim our light, or do we say, oh, okay, we understand that that person is where they are for a reason, and let it go?
and I think that the thing is that there are two different scenarios here. When you are loud and proud and you actually don't believe in yourself, and
Yes.
you are overcompensating for that little voice inside going, that's not true, actually, you're not good, you're not worthy, you're not valuable, you're nothing. And there's this kind of, the pendulum swings right back over. I talk about this, the pendulum swinging back right to the extreme, because you have to overcompensate for what is going on in the other side, in the little deep dark corners. But when you come from a place where you truly believe in your worth, your real worth, then you speak it in a different way. Your energy is different. You attract a different response from people.
Absolutely. And you don't experience the imposter syndrome. And that is
Absolutely.
so prevalent for anyone who has reached a certain level in their career, or their life in general, but they don't feel that they have a right to talk about it or share it with others. And they feel like, oh, maybe someone else should be doing this. Who am I to be doing this?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we've touched on this before,
We have.
but it really comes back to how you view yourself, and it's great to do a little exercise to just sit down and maybe even write a list of I'm valuable because,
Yes, and see what comes up for you around
yes,
that,
see what happens, because if you're blocked, you're not going to be able to get very far. And that
Exactly.
will show you how resistant you are to your own value, which means you then need to contact us, because this is what we are great at clearing for you.
Absolutely. And because, if you have a belief that comes up, I'm valuable, but, you need to get
Oh
your
yeah, the
butt
but.
out of the way.
As they say, everything after but is BS, right?
I love it. I love it. Yes, and it's so important. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Whoever is watching this video, you deserve to have the life of your dreams and everything. And know that, if
Absolutely.
your self-perception is I don't know, just holding you back or creating limiting beliefs, don't you deserve to let that go?
Yeah, and really enjoy your success from a position of empowerment, rather than constantly worrying, when your next self-limiting belief is going to create self-sabotage and drag you
Absolutely.
down. You don't
And
want
that's
that.
what awakening your personal best is all about. Ildiko works from the life retuning side of it. I work from the mastering your belief side of it. And when you can master your beliefs around, why do I believe that my self-perception is low, or that I don't have a right to shine my light? And then you work with Ildiko, and she helps you with the energy part of it, and just get rid of that. Let's get rid of it, so we don't have to deal with it anymore.
That's right. Energy transformation. And it's like, two different radio stations. If you are broadcasting a radio station which is playing boring, sad music, then people are not going to want to listen to it for very long. What I do is I switch radio stations. So it's upbeat, dancey stuff that you're putting out there, rather than the previous.
Right, so that we start seeing the beauty in our life. Absolutely. So if you would like to learn more about awakening your personal best, contact us. Just click on the link attached to this video. Let us know how we can help, because we want to be there for you. In the meantime, this is Nancy Muller. And yes, and remember, life is all about choices. So whatever.
And no more excuses.
Exactly. Whatever you choose, know that you are exactly where you're meant to be right now. So in the meantime, we will see you soon. Ciao for now.